you don't really know what's going to happen.
We want to make sure that everyone can be chasing that American dream.
Sometimes the only way to succeed is just to not give up. Now they know
The other side.
Mr. Brian Ross, welcome to The Other Side with Mike
Right.
and Nathan. It's good to have you, buddy. Woohoo! Bow, bow.
God, I miss this. I miss it.
I love it.
When did you guys do the last one?
It's been like almost 4 months since we've recorded.
Last one was in December.
Yeah, the last one we
cool.
recorded was in December, and so we took a little hiatus and actually put everything out there. Except for we have one more to go, Mr. Producer. Still needs to go out.
Next manana.
Yeah, that'll be done, and then next one is you, buddy. So you're out. This will be out in just a few weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude.
We just survived tax season first, though.
Yeah,
we do have to work. This is our full-time job.
Like everybody's extended now. We're good. Like, move on.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is like vacation week for all the tax people.
Yep.
And everybody gets so mad. That's what we've learned is that it's a very needy business.
Yeah.
Like people are very they have a right to know what's going on, but they're very like, we need to know. So things for us to adapt for next year, to prepare for a little bit better and understand better and create better systems. But first year around, we were really, really happy with the results. So we'll see what happens next year.
Yeah.
It's always changing.
It's always changing.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Yes. But Brian, you own a fantastic company called Details Home Inspections.
Yep.
You've been in the Vancouver community for a long time, building business and building a lot of relationships. It's so unbelievably great to have you here on the podcast. We're looking forward to hearing more about your story and hearing about how things came to be. So why don't you just tell everybody a little bit about yourself, who you are, like where you came from, and give us kind of like the 411 on Mr. Brian Ross.
The 411.
Yeah, remember that?
Is it still a thing?
I don't know, but it used to be. And so anybody over 40 understood that.
They're like, it's 911, dummy.
Yeah, you're like, listen, pal.
911. Yeah, universal.
Do you remember that? Do you know what 411 is?
411, HE double hockey sticks. I remember all those things.
Oh, yeah.
HE double hockey sticks.
That was the only way you could cuss and not get in trouble in school. What the HE double hockey
Is it
sticks?
on the calculator?
Yep. Or boobies on the calculator. 8008.
You almost said B.
3.
You did.
He almost said B. He almost did.
Yeah.
He's like 800 boobs. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
What a great start.
I remember all
We
those
haven't even
things.
heard anything about you yet. We're talking about boobs. That's
Okay,
wonderful.
so the 411, Brian. What's the 411?
Yeah, what's the 411?
Well, how far back?
Where did you grow up?
Half my life in Vancouver, so not too far from here, Minnehaha area. And then when I was 8th grade, moved to Clackamas. So graduated from Clackamas High School.
Good old Clackatrash.
Yep. Oh, I haven't heard that forever. We always had like Putt Scum and I think there's other ones in your rival schools.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So I grew up there, graduated from high school over there, kind of moved around a little bit, met my wife, and then kind of moved back over to Vancouver.
When did you meet your wife?
18 years ago. We were working at the airport Stanfords.
Oh, really?
So you guys are working together?
Yep.
Dang.
Yeah, she was bartending, I was cocktailing.
You look like a Stanford server. That's great.
All black.
Yeah, dude,
ninja
just
suit.
totally perfect. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I still have a lot of good friends from there.
Really?
Yeah.
That's an odd connecting point.
I know.
I
was just talking about that with someone the other day. It's like just keeping like, if you have like a good hiring manager, you're going to have a good culture. And then like everybody's going to relate. And then you just have long lasting friendships from there. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You never grew out of them, huh?
No.
Interesting.
I still talk to a lot of people.
That's great.
Yeah. It was hard. The further we got into the business, it was harder for me to keep up with my friends and from my old job and stuff. Just we kind of grew apart on thoughts and views and.
Yeah. I remember on one of the podcasts you talked about that. You're like, how hard it is to like keep in touch. Yeah.
Yeah. Because the one thing we talked about a while ago is like, it's hard to sometimes when you get in business to the point where we're at, you want to, some of the things you say, it sounds like bragging to other people. And you're like, I'm just pretty happy I hit a milestone. Right. Like, hey, I made, X amount of money this month or whatever. Yeah. We just did this milestone and people are like, oh, are you just bragging on us? I'm like, no, it's an accomplishment, man. Yeah. But if you say it to the wrong people, it's like, they're like, oh, wow, they're bragging on them. But if I say it to people like us,
but I think that's their perspective though, too.
Yeah.
Like they're maybe not as growth minded as you, so maybe they're looking at it differently.
Yeah. So are those people that you're still in touch with? Are they mostly growth minded type people?
Yes, but also like similar things you like to do.
Yeah.
So, for instance, like Ben, my lead inspector, I actually met him through his wife at Stanford's.
Huh.
His ex-wife now, but yeah. So like I've known him that long too. My wife, I've known that long. I have a few others that, like golf with and stuff like that. But yeah. And so like I've eventually dragged him into this business.
And he's done really well.
Yeah.
That's great.
8 years now doing it.
No way.
How many employees do you have?
We're at 11 now.
That's great.
9 inspectors.
Yeah. So what did you do before inspecting?
Lots of stuff. Oh my gosh. I taught Taekwondo. I worked on the fishing boats, firefighter, sold wine for 9 years for corporate America, got bartended. I worked at a countertop place like this that makes these things. Yeah, that was a horrible job. I worked at a warehouse, Safeway warehouse for 4 years. Talk about being the smartest person in the room. You definitely see that in warehouses. Like there's people there. They're like, they just got there because of their body. And yeah, I mean, you're like definitely the smartest. And you have to get out.
That's Mike's background.
That was me. I was in the warehouse. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Just crushed it because it was physical. It was fun. Labor intensive.
You're like, I'm definitely the smartest one here.
Some of my warehousey people listen to this, so I won't say that I was the smartest one there. I would say I was the most risky one there. I just took the leap. I think it was just, after doing it for 8 years, it's like, I just kind of felt like there's no further up. It's like I'm stuck. I can either go laterally, but I can't ever go further to the top because there's only one manager.
Yep.
And there's only one main head, CEO or whatever. So, and all these people are trying to fight for it. And I'm like, I don't have that passion to want to keep moving forward. So I kept moving laterally. And like, okay, I went to this department, this department, this department, this department. But I just kind of got sick of the roundabout. And to be fair, I mean, after 8 years, my fucking back was, hurting like motherfucker.
Yeah,
so
just a packing mule.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it was fun for a while. I do miss being labor intensive though. I mean, don't you miss like I guess you're doing it currently, but seeing the end result of like a project. Cause now it's like we see it, but I'm not really involved in it as much. We're stepping further away.
That's true. What do you use for like those accomplishments? So like I'm kind of like a list person. So like I'll cross something off. And I'm like, oh, I did that. So like I get that rush, that feel. So I don't know if you need something like that, like Post-it notes where you're like, I did that, pull it up, throw it in the garbage, something like that.
I should. Yeah, I do better when I see to-do lists and just crossing them off. That does help a lot. That's why we got an assistant for now. Yeah. She crosses them off for me.
She gets the rush. She's full of endorphins.
Yeah, she loves it when she's like, we got your emails down to 0. Oh my God. And she's like rejoicing.
I know. And then 30 seconds later, crap. Another email comes through. This keeps coming through.
Yeah.
Keeps coming through.
Exactly.
So after all of that, how did you end up settling on being an inspector?
So kind of wanted to do something in the real estate industry. So I spoke to my wife and there's the typical ones, right? So realtor, lender, appraiser. And she's like, you have a lot of background in kind of houses, renovations, that kind of stuff. So she's like, why don't you just try to be a home inspector? And so I called up at my actual home inspector that when we bought our house, and I was like, hey, can I come like follow you and check it out? And so he's like, yeah, come on. And he was a retired police officer. And so he got into it like as a second career. And so like I saw the longevity of it from there. And then I just followed him and went to school and did everything. And I loved it.
You have to go to school to be an inspector?
Yep.
I don't know how that works. I mean, you just look around and stuff and like, wow, doesn't look safe.
That looks like shit.
Yeah. Where's the stud finder?
Dude, some of the pictures you guys post, man, are shocking. Some of the pictures you all post are shocking.
Yeah, trying to get better at that stuff.
Yeah.
Just showing like, because everybody's always like, what's the coolest thing you see? Like, I get that question all the time. Like, what's the craziest stuff? So
like a post that's like not even like connected to a photo.
Oh, that was me. I was doing that.
Like, it's like just wobbling. I'm like, that house is on nothing.
Mm-hmm. I said that. I goes, that supporter is not supporting anything.
Yeah. Okay. Question. Okay, I'm going to dig in a little bit.
Yeah.
Why did you want to be in the real estate industry? What led you there?
It was probably, gosh, I'm trying to think. The real estate market was starting to really kind of pop. It was starting to really get busy at that time. So 2016 is kind of when I started in March of 2016. So right before there, so I saw all this kind of movement in that industry, and I was like, I'd like to do it. My wife was a loan officer assistant at that time, 2 years prior to me getting in the industry. So I saw her in the industry, and I met lenders and realtors and stuff like that. So I was like, it's kind of a cool industry to get into. Kind of like, that's who you guys work with too. So
Yeah, it was a little accident for us.
Yeah. So and the reason why I picked home inspecting as well, like I can't sit in a desk, so I can't be a lender. Like no way. Realtor, that job's really hard. You have to put up with a lot of stuff from clients.
Yeah.
Appraiser, you pretty much can't get into that. Basically, you have to have a 4-year bachelor's degree. You have to do 2 years unpaid training, and an internship, and you have to have someone that'll actually like train you. So it's pretty much a monopoly business. So it's impossible to get into.
Damn.
Yeah.
What? I did not know that.
So hard. Yeah.
Why do you think they make it so difficult?
I don't know. It was all the laws that came out of, all the lending bad practices and stuff.
Yeah, but the people who were already there benefited big time. I mean, it just squelched the competition.
For sure. Yeah. But,
who's going to do that?
Well, there's nobody.
College kid?
Yeah. And it's so hard to get into. So I was like, I can't do that. I think that job's actually going to go away. Like,
what do you think will replace it?
AI and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because banks already loan on the asset that they know what it, appreciates at and all that already. So like the appraiser's jobs they're almost working themselves out of a job.
Yeah. The banks have the data.
They have the data.
They have enough data.
They don't need a person to do that so much anymore with photos and all that.
They really need more like you to be like, hey, is this thing sound?
Well, like the value of a home inspector actually is more, there's tons of value just in finding one thing. Like our inspection fee gets covered by one thing we find. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then if you don't find anything, that peace of mind is worth that check too.
Absolutely.
Correct.
I mean, you're winning no matter what.
Yep.
Yeah. So you did the home inspection on my home. It was so helpful. So helpful.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. You guys give a great
too.
report. Yeah, this building we're in right now. That's right.
Yeah.
You inspected this building for the owner. That's right. Yeah. And they did a great job.
Yeah. I would need you. There's no way I could do it myself. I'd be like,
dude, I don't even want to get into a crawl space. That place is creepy as hell.
Don't you just look at stuff?
Yeah. I'm like, that's not supposed to do that. I thought all houses were like that. They're always at a slant.
You know all the updated codes. Like you probably have to do a lot of continuing education stuff. I'd imagine. Yeah.
There's always new stuff to learn, which is cool. Each house is different. Commercial buildings are all different, so it's a different job every single day, which is great because I'm one of those ones that like if I get stagnant, I'm going to do something else.
Yeah. Yeah. So you went out, you got licensed, you became an inspector. You started doing the inspections yourself as a single person, right?
Yep. Started a business from scratch.
And then when you started this business, did you think that you were going to do it yourself or did you think you were going to grow a larger company?
No, I was coming from corporate America, kind of like what we were talking about earlier, like, doing your own thing, working for yourself, that kind of stuff. So once you're certain corporate jobs, like you're stuck at one level unless you have education or know somebody or something like that. So like starting your own business, you're just taking a leap and it's basically you and whatever you can dream.
Did you dream about owning a team though? Or did you always think you were just going to do it yourself? Or
I was like, I can do this by myself and make good money.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can.
Yep. And most people do. In the industry, they make great money just doing stuff by themselves. My kind of step was actually Ben, which we talked about earlier. He has his own business, and I saw him at this time when I was doing these inspections by myself. I saw him like working, 10 to 12-hour days, 7 days a week, and I'm like, man, like we're friends. I'm like, how are things going? Like you could just see when anybody works that much, they struggle.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Life, money, everything. And I'm like, dude, you got to get out of that. I was like, come follow me, see if there's something you like to do, and let's check it out. And so my growth of my team actually started from trying to help a friend get out of what he was doing.
Interesting.
Yep.
Was he really receptive to that, or was that like a difficult thing for him to give up what he was building?
Well, he never actually sold that business. So what I explained to him, I was like, well, why don't you hire someone to run your route and do that job and come work with me, less hours, better business, better life, make more money.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I mean, that's just easy sales tactics, right? It's tactics right there.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so then it went well with him. I mean, what were some of the big things you're like, oh shit, I didn't think that was going to be a problem? Because this is your buddy, right?
He's good.
He's like, I would like you to know.
It's kind of like you guys, right? I mean, there's always stuff that you're like, oh, okay, that happens. Like, how did they react? But if you, I've known him for a long time, so I had the faith in him, and so I wasn't really too worried about it. It was just kind of some coaching, on things, and there's always coaching in the team. So,
that's cool that he was receptive to that. That's really helpful. And so then
it's kind of like we were. Like your dynamics now, like he's kind of opposite of me in certain ways. And so like it works well, like when you bounce ideas off each other. Or I've heard you guys talk about like Nathan's over here with a bazillion ideas and you're like over here going, bro, like it's over here. Right. So he's my double-edged sword on a lot of things too. So
that's a nice way to put it. Double-edged sword.
Yeah.
I'm the fun one of the group.
And it still cuts.
You still cut. Yeah. It still hurts.
All right. Well, you guys are nice little triangle.
Love hurts.
I love that. So then after that, you got one employee. And then when did you get the next employee after that?
About a year later. So the cool thing was we were just crushing it. Like business was good and needed more help. We were just at capacity. And so I actually asked my wife, I was like, hey, do you know anybody that you trust that would be good at this? Because the job profile's it's a different kind of mindset and what do you call it? Attributes.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to have like, obviously like technical knowledge as far as like homes or some kind of like how things work, science. You have to have kind of good customer service and sales. So like finding that kind of profile is pretty hard to find like inspectors. You can have super technical people, but they will like freak people out when they talk. Oh
yeah. Like CPAs.
Yeah.
They terrify people all the time.
Or engineers, right? Like, it's a certain type. So you can't have like an over salesy person and you can't have, so it's like you need one both sides. So it's very hard to find somebody. So I was asking my wife, like, who do you know? And so she actually had a past coworker that was a bartender that also did like remodeling and stuff. So I was like, like he has customer service skills and that, kind of technical knowledge. And so brought him on and he was great. Yeah. So kind of just started evolving from there.
Now, what does your wife do again?
Right now she works at Alaska Airlines. Customer service. Pretty much the worst job in the airport. Like,
because every time people are pissed. Yep.
Everybody's
anything something goes wrong. Yeah. You're right there. And it's not even your fault, or it's not their fault ever.
Yep. She does baggage sometimes too. And like, that's even worse.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. People that come in, you going, where's my bag? You're like, I don't know. Can you get it for me? I don't know.
Yeah. The common sense is most people do.
They get paid the least.
No, shit. Yeah. So she's always been supportive though. She always said like, hey, go for it. She helped you out along the business and stuff. Did she ever want to like be full time on the business at all? Or like quit the customer service and like maybe do like the hiring, the operations or something like that? Or
no. Yeah.
She's like, that's your shit. I don't want to.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. She's just supportive. Just take the leap. And I do tons of like idea bouncing like off of her. She's my grammar police and does all that kind of stuff too.
The grammar police,
like that. She's.
Do you pay her for that?
No.
You should.
What, in like high fives?
Like actual pay, because Nathan's getting strategic right now.
Yeah. Because then she can be technically your employee, and then everything you do and everywhere you go together is a business write-off.
Right. So we have our
pay her as a consultant.
We have our other business, which is like however,
you do the same thing
rentals
with that.
and stuff. So yeah, she's co-owner on that. So,
perfect. Yep. Yeah, you gotta have a way to just deduct everything. It's wonderful.
But you're telling us all like things so far. So I'm guessing after the second employee, it's the same thing happened. You got a third employee.
Yep.
And then you just
grew
this.
Each one, I've like tried to help people get out of what they were doing previous to something better.
Have you ever tried being in an MLM? You'd be great.
Yeah. Multi-level marketing.
Let me tell you all this opportunity I have. I want to get you out of the rat race and into the driver's seat.
Yeah. Just buy this starter package.
Bro, yeah, exactly.
I was just interviewing a guy this morning and now I'm like, I tone it down a little bit on the sales side because I want them to actually like
sell you
that, and I want them to like bite in, like go in. Like I don't want to pull them in. I could do that easily, but I want them to jump in because then that builds a better culture.
It's hard to make that switch though. Nathan had to grill that into me when we're hiring. We're looking to partner with other CPA firms. We forwarded CPA or tax filing and all that stuff. And we'd go out with all these people at lunch, and I'd try to tell them how great we are and like why they want to partner with us. And he's like, dude, they're interviewing us.
Right.
Yeah. Like let them talk.
It's
right.
hard,
We're trying to buy from them. They're not trying to buy from us. And I'm like, oh, that's right.
But that's what you're good at. And so it's like hard to.
Yeah.
He's really proud of what we've done. So he gets all excited about it. And he wants to tell everybody.
Tell them all the
about
accolades and stuff. And like, look how cool we are. And this is what we've done. And like, then like, oh yeah, I'd love to partner. And like, great. And I don't know anything about them. So,
yeah. And we're like, sweet. And we're like, these people are terrible.
Yeah. We definitely partner with that.
Doing.
But you've told us nothing but good things so far.
Nothing but good.
Where are the times where you're just, the late nights? We need to know about the late nights and the times where you and your wife fought and we're like, she's like, why are you doing this? This is the dumbest idea ever. Or the times you're like, I know this is going to work. I swear to God. Or something like that. There's got to be some hard times.
Not a ton. We're good on our relationship there. There are some times where she knows, like she's good, like at understanding my nonverbal communication. So like when I'm just coming home jammed and I'm like, so much on my mind and I'm like, I can't keep up, like any business owner. And sometimes I'll just like rattle off stuff. And that's like I heard you, but I'm not really listening.
Yeah.
Thing. Like she's awesome at that. And then, so like, she's just kind of there for support a lot. And then she'll chime in like one or two awesome nuggets. And I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of any.
Here's a question. Like, what are the sorts of things that you'd go and vent to her about? Like, what would be like really, what would get you really like, dude, today was a tough day. Like, this is what I'm having to sift through. Like, what types of things would you be wanting to discuss with her?
It's usually relationship stuff. So like, it could have been like a weird client, which, could be actual like buyer seller or like the realtor. Sometimes they have like they did something weird. And I'm just like, I can't believe they did that. Like everybody has that, but sometimes now it's mostly team related. I'm like, why are they thinking this? And so sometimes as an owner, like you're kind of like figuring out stuff from the team, like why they're coming at you at certain things. And you're like, all right, I feel one way. I feel like they should feel the same way or feel my version, but maybe they're not. And so like sometimes I'll say that stuff to her and like kind of story play it. And she'll be like, well, maybe they're just not understanding your vision. And so like they're not seeing on the same level. Sometimes it happens like with like fees, marketing fees, like I'm trying to grow the business. And so I'm like asking for certain like either help or that kind of stuff. And then they don't want to do it. But then if I explain to them that like this is upstream, like if we're building the business here, eventually it's going to come down to them. So they're making more money. So there's some stuff like that where I'm just not relating with the team. Those are kind of some bad stuff, but sometimes it's just like, I need an outside perspective. Ben jumps in there pretty good for me as well. Yeah.
Does Ben give you more of the from their side, their point of view?
Yeah. And he's kind of in a leadership role as well. So
that's us.
Yeah. He hears different sides where some people aren't telling me things because I'm kind of more on the pushy side, I guess. I don't know. Like just want things
when it comes to employees, Mike definitely hears more than me. They tell Mike more than me for sure.
So I'm more like you then, and Ben would be more like you.
Yeah, for sure. Where sometimes Mike's like, well, I really feel like they might be thinking this because of this time when they told me that's what they were thinking. I was like, oh, they talked to you about this.
They actually talked to you?
Yeah. No, I do have a great relationship with our employees. I feel like I do. It's just different. Mike and I have such drastically different personalities that people talk to us about different stuff and they talk to us differently. Like there's things that employees will tell me and Mike's like, oh, I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. Like, so like it just, but as a general rule, if it comes to like how they're feeling, like for whatever reason, I don't think of myself as an intimidating person at all, but for whatever reason, that's an intimidating conversation for employees to have with me and not as much for Mike. There's something in his personality that makes him seem more open and receptive to that. And I'm really grateful to have that because we need to know that information. Mm-hmm. If it was just one of us, it'd be challenging. It'd be like you without a vent. That'd be really tough. Yeah.
That what you just described there, I've had that actually told to me by longtime friends. Like when I first, for instance, I started at Red Robin when I was like 22 and I met one of my best friends who was in my marriage line and everything. He said that. He goes, I thought you were the biggest douche when I first started. He's like, felt like you're so intimidating and just like walking around. And then after like a few months, he got to know me. He's like, oh no, you're just like, you care and you listen and you're like, that's just who you are. It's not like I'm actually like super standoffish or pushy, but I do get that vibe sometimes from people and they tell me. So
it's so strange.
Well, I think it's also you're like the final say too, to some extent, right? So even though Nathan I was gonna say, even though Nathan and I have make decisions together, it's I've always been very more relaxed, I guess, to some extent. I mean, I'm the one who's telling Nathan like, dude, just enjoy the win. We had a good win. We've done well. And he's like, well, we can do better.
That's why we need each other.
Yeah.
Mike makes me slow down and, it's like, I've heard it said this way. It's like, people often have what they thought would already make them happy. Like you thought this goal was going to make you happy and you already attained it and you just, you've already like things you've wished for, you already have.
Yeah.
And Mike makes me remember that this was something that we were shooting for. This is something we wished for. Like this is a big deal. We got it. In my brain, I'm like, well, we've already done it and I'm already passed on to the next thing. But Mike's like, no.
Chess.
But Mike's like, no, like we did a great job. Like we need to celebrate this. And so he makes me stop. And then I also let Mike not get complacent because Mike would celebrate for a week. Right. And so it's
with his Christmas tree.
With his Christmas tree that's still up
exactly.
at the end of April. That was such a, I'm glad we brought that back up.
I'm just so focused on the work, Just so focused on the business.
So focused on the work.
Dialing in sales and just crushing it.
Oh man. In the time it takes you to put that thing on your cat so you can take it outside, you could take your Christmas tree down.
That's true. I walk my cat.
Yeah,
cool.
that is true.
I did have to get a new leash show for him because he's too fat. He's
I used to have a Vietnamese pot-bellied pig when I was a kid, and I walked that thing.
Same.
Yeah, just walking around.
Yeah.
We're just gonna take that one clip. I used to have a Vietnamese potbelly pig and just repeat it over and over again. That's gonna be the marketing for this podcast. Oh, that's all it's gonna be.
The one time I had a potbelly pig, Vietnamese potbelly.
Okay, one maybe two questions.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, go ahead.
Back to the one thing where you're talking about like where he's like saying you accomplish things and moving on.
Yeah.
So in 2023, our market was like super bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like in June, it just because all the rates and everything. And so like as a team, this is something that we kind of worked through. We're still kind of working through, but like I was pushing super hard. Like everybody needs to help marketing, like do as much as we can because the market was slow. And so like I was pushing for like a full year. And it was almost like that full year, Ben's like, man, like the team culture is not good right now because I was pushing and my intent was all good. It was just to help them grow and keep their bellies full. Right. So like just always doing that. And so, but he finally was like, hey man, I need to have a heart to heart with you. This is where the team's at. And I wasn't even seeing it. I was just trying to help them so much. And so just glassed over, just looking at the goal, right? Just trying to help.
How did you feel when he's like, hey, I need to talk to you about something?
Yeah, it was weird. I mean, I always respect him, but when that's like kind of like that conversation when you're like ready to break up with somebody.
Yeah, like a DTR.
Like, hey, we gotta like meet up, right? It was kind of like that. And I was like, oh man, I don't even know. Like, and I was just trying my hardest to make the business grow. And yeah, he was like, this is where everybody's at. So then we had to like pull back and just reevaluate things and see, like what we should do next. And it was a lot of team camaraderie that we're just missing because we're just full business.
Did you bring it up to the team afterwards and say, hey, I didn't realize this? And this
I just apologized.
Yeah,
I just owned up. And I'm like, hey, this was my intent. This is where I was trying to go. I'm trying to help everybody. And then I give everybody time to talk and be like, hey, what's been bugging you? And it was like just a good heart to heart with the team. And yeah, we're growing from that. But
it's hard to remember that they're not like your wife said, like your vision is so here, but you're hired employees. Right? They want to get paid. They want to do a good job. They want to be able to eat, like you said, but they don't necessarily want to be pushed all the time, like to that level.
Right. And
that's our problem a lot too, is the, Nathan says he's very, very good. And I am too, I guess, but Nathan in particular was very good at pushing people to the ultimate limit to the point where they almost break. And that's why I wanted to join Nathan's team. When in 2017, when I left the industry, because I always told him, I was like, dude, I'm a workhorse. You tell me what to do. You put me in the right direction and I will follow and I'll be your number one right-hand man and just freaking get the goal done. And so that's what I need though. I get motivated by somebody telling me, dude, you sucked ass this week. Like go fucking, do what I know you're good at. And I'm like, you're right. I did suck this week. Let's fucking go. And I get pumped up.
Yep.
But that's why Nathan's been such a good leader for me is because I get that motivation. But our employees aren't always the same way. They just want to be Some of them just want to do their bookkeeping job, get paid, be happy, have a flexible schedule, and call it a day.
Clock in, clock out.
Yeah, but Nathan and I when we see something in someone or an employee that could go so much further, we push them to that limit. And it's very hard because a lot of our employees even came out and said that they don't like they've never been in a culture where they're able to say, I can't take any more work, or I can't do that. They're like, if you got told something to do, you got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And Nathan and I, we try to tell them, you can say no, because we'll keep pushing you until you say no, which could be a fault. I mean, it kind of is a fault of ours to some extent, but
you have to find the limit somehow. And if you're in a remote situation like ours, you just have to rely on people telling you the truth. That's the only if I ask you, is this something we can get done in this time frame? You have to tell me the truth.
Right.
That's the difference. And so it is difficult, or it's very different for especially accountants to be in an environment where, like, we talk about this on our staff meetings, where no is a very acceptable and normal and welcome answer. It's a very legitimate answer. You could tell us no, and it's not negative. It's the only way we understand the workload. Because I'm not sitting with you. You're at your house. You're
not doing the job.
I'm not there with you. Like, I don't know if you're stressed out. I don't even see you but a few times a week. Right. So it's like, it's challenging to create a culture where people are allowed to tell their bosses and the owners of the company no, and it's like doesn't end up being, used against them. That's challenging.
Everybody always thinks that. They're like, oh yeah, this is going to affect my job or whatever.
Yeah. So it's probably all the way back to like how they got parented. You know what I mean? It's like, it goes all the way back to somewhere. Like it starts somewhere. You know what I mean? It doesn't just happen. Right. Like there's a lot of,
like, I broke something. Should I tell my parents?
Bingo. Yeah. That's exactly. It's the same thing, right? It's like, oh no, I'm just going to fix it myself. I don't want them to know about it. Well, that turns into a business where now all of a sudden we're overloading people. We break them, and we're like, our bad. We didn't. That wasn't our intent. That's not what we wanted. What we're trying to figure out was, what's your capacity? And I think we found it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's hard to get that feedback too. I mean,
it's hard, man.
As a leader, you have to be vulnerable and also say, hey, like, I do need your feedback.
Yeah.
I try.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're not going to like that feedback as a leader, but it will help grow the team.
1,000%. Mm-hmm. My guys talk about this a lot. We're like, dude, if we can just keep our egos out of the way, this thing's going to be very successable. Yeah, very successful. Like, just, I think,
but also your team though, their egos. Like I have people on mine. They're all like, oh, I'm the greatest, blah blah blah, right? Like sometimes they need to step back and go, okay, well, how am I helping the team?
But people follow the culture that the leaders set. If the leaders can display humility, and that is the culture from the top down, I think people will tend to respond to that because hubris doesn't get tolerated.
Yeah.
It doesn't get anybody anywhere. So it's like, all it did was create a bunch of strife and problems. Like, how about you just get your shit out of the way? Like, let's just do the job. We're a service industry. Yep. Let's start there. Our job is to serve our clients, just a lot like yours is, right? Like, customer service. I mean, that's what we're in. We're in the business of serving our clientele. Correct. And so, like, you can't, it's like, I mean, wisdom and ego aren't good friends.
True.
He's full of these one-liners. They're really good. They just
wisdom. Yeah. And so pick which one you want.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, back then when we had that conversation just as a group, like it was me being more humble and like, hey, I'm here as a person too. Like, and like, so I know that my team saw that vulnerability.
Did you feel a cultural shift after that? Like, or did you feel like a shift in the morale?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cause it was getting not bad, but, the communication internally was getting distant. And I think it was because, like you were talking about overloading your people, is like I was putting so much on them, like they didn't even know what to do. They're just sinking.
Yeah. But you didn't know that.
No.
Yeah, we didn't either. It's frustrating.
And I was.
Do you think you're doing the right thing in your brain? It's like Correct. It's all working out. Like, all the cogs are working together.
I'm like, people are losing their jobs left and right, and I'm like trying to save my people's like careers.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to do.
In the process, destroying their soul. Their spirit. Their spirit is just destroyed.
Yeah, but I mean, I had best intentions. But
Yeah. One of the things we've been doing for now the last couple of years that's been really good with our staff, because we do push them a lot, is we tell them you have to have something to look forward to in your calendar every quarter.
Yes,
absolutely.
Like personally, like
That's
have a
why I
concert to
travel a
go
lot.
to, have a travel, like take a long weekend, just something. Because if you're in an environment like all of our companies are, where they're growing quickly companies, there's a lot of pressure and a lot of things happen very quickly. And so you have to have good, healthy outlets, like whatever that is. And so, we're that weird company that tells people like you have to have something on your calendar every quarter.
Correct.
Like get out of here. Like,
Yep.
like in our industry, there's no such thing as ever being caught up.
Yeah.
Because the moment somebody just goes and swipes a card, we're not caught up. It's like, and that happens hundreds of thousands of times a month just with our own clients, right? I mean, we have several hundred clients. Think about all those swipes. It's a lot. So like you're like, we want to do a great job and we want to be as caught up as we can. But like, if you take a Friday afternoon to spend time with your family, we're going to be all right.
Yeah. It's going to keep going.
Everything's going to be okay.
I think that's every small business.
It's going to be fine.
Like, are you ever caught up? If you are, you're
Not
pretty much
really.
not growing.
Not really. Not really. And yours is such an interesting business because you probably don't know what's coming even a week ahead of time sometimes.
Yeah. So ours it is like that because there's a normal nationwide, there's an inspection contingency of 10 days. They can shorten it, but so most of the time it's 10 days. So we can never plan like personnel. We can't plan events. Like we just have to do stuff. And when inspections roll in, we fill up the calendar.
Damn.
Can't ever plan.
So you have 11 now.
Yep.
How have you created a system that keeps 11 people busy?
That's been all those years, just marketing and brand recognition. I mean, you guys are doing it. But yeah, brand recognition is kind of the last 4 years that we've really been pushing. So it's not necessarily me as the home inspector or even like the individual home inspectors. It's like building the brand itself. And so that awareness is slowly getting bigger. It's funny. I was just driving here and I saw like this new house and there's a yard and they just planted grass seed, right? And so I was looking at it and I'm like, there's all this dirt and tiny little one spots. I'm like, all right, it's the planting the seed thing, right? But you see that with brand recognition too. Is like, okay, so if you put this little thing here and then more and more and more, and then like eventually you're going to have that full grass field.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we focused on to keep the business coming in. So it's not necessarily me as a home inspector now, it's Details Home Inspections as the team.
When did you start making that switch? Like do you still do all the home inspections yourself? Like, or is that pretty much your primary job, or what do you start doing now?
I kind of got out from the day-to-day of inspections 2 years ago. I actually miss it. I got back in about 2 weeks ago. And that's mostly because we were bringing on other people as far as training go. And we're at our bandwidth for like trainers. And so I know how to do it. So I'm just getting back in there and training. And I miss it and it's fun. So it's like, you actually see that person when you're training them, like actually like grow, or like sit there and think and like, oh man, how do I figure this out? And then like, that's pretty rewarding on the training side. I like to train. So that's kind of fun getting back in there.
Nice. So what is like the day to day now? Do you just more, it's obviously just operationals and stuff. And I know you're taking more time off with your family and the other business and stuff with the Airbnb and everything, but did you replace yourself yet? Or how are you?
Kind of. Yeah. So to your question, the processes. Yeah. So that's kind of been ever evolving. So kind of the weird part about inspections is it was kind of an unregulated industry until 2008, like no licenses, like all these home inspections that were happening way before this, anybody could do it.
Before 2008?
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah.
Seriously?
No schooling, nothing. You could have just been like this guy.
See, that's why that's what I thought. That's why I did. So it's a newer thing that you need schooling and stuff, remember?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. So
17 years. Your entire adult life.
Yeah.
The last time I really talked to a home inspector. This in depth.
So the industry itself is very infant.
Yeah.
And so like going from a single inspector to multiple inspectors, there's not really a process and like you can't just go, I want to be like Walmart in this section. Like there's stuff that you have to just figure out and create. And so the closest like industry would be like pest control. They kind of do a similar kind of thing. So like me creating processes, like some of it's just been like me sitting there for a day and trying to figure out what's the standard of practice that I could train someone and scale that. And so like I'm just creating this stuff. And so
I want to talk about that.
go ahead.
That's so interesting. Give me walk me through what you think through. Like, what was the last thing you made a decision on, and what were like the competing thoughts?
Okay, so like there's simple ones as like how to complete a sewer scope.
Okay.
Right. Just one little thing, like how. So if I'm training someone new that knows nothing about it, what's the actual step you need to do? Like basically like building IKEA furniture. Like I have to make an instruction manual of that, of how we do it. So I can just hand it to anybody and they can go and learn it. So like I have to create that. Just like, how do I do it? What's worked, what hasn't worked, and then just make it.
Got it. So you're taking all, it's all the data's up in here.
All of it.
Got it. Is it just right from your experience?
Yep. And then sometimes I always ask my team for input. I'm like, hey, what do you think about this? So it's this. Give me your ideas. And then we make it as a team, which also helps with that culture too. So it's like everybody has a little thumbprint on it.
Yeah. That's really cool.
But yeah, I mean, it's just creating stuff. So like all these processes, there's no blueprint for building a bigger home inspection company. So it's just been like me doing it.
Just trial and error.
Mm-hmm.
What's worked,
I don't
what
have
doesn't.
business schooling or anything. It's just like taking corporate America.
Yeah. But you're also excellent at like researching. You read books, like you listen to podcasts. Like, you might not have a formal education, but you're well educated in business. I would say of the people that I know, you're definitely in the top percentage of people that are educated on like tax stuff and financial things. Like you pay attention, like you know how to set up your business, you know how to run your finances. Like you're excellent at that stuff. That's where a lot of business owners totally fail. So you are educated. You got to give yourself some credit.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't have like the formal university, business college. All that stuff.
Well,
like,
Mike's the only one here with a formal university education.
Huh.
Yeah.
WSU, baby.
All right.
Go Cougs.
There you go. We're in color.
Yes, so I tried. Well, yeah, just got lucky. But yeah, no, I went to college and stuff, but it didn't. I didn't go specifically to learn how to run an accounting firm.
Right.
I went for marketing and sales, and only because I failed in business because I couldn't pass accounting. So they're like, maybe you shouldn't do business if you can't pass business law and accounting. So I made a switch to marketing and sales, which still apply to business. I mean, that's what I do in this role.
Yeah, you need it.
Yeah. So it was good for, but I mean, honestly, now I think about it, like I fucking procrastinated on every one of my tests. I last minute studied it. I didn't retain pretty much anything. I just aced the projects. C's and D's get degrees on tests.
There you do.
Right. So it was test heavy. I knew I had to at least pass one test. And after that, I just kind of just focus on the homework and just get C's on the other ones. So I got done. It didn't really teach me much about the actual running of the business. It just kind of taught me to get shit done. That's on the job,
right?
Yeah, exactly. On the job
for
stuff.
sure.
Yeah. I mean, even with a lot of the licensing you get, I mean, we went to, we got our life and health insurance testing and stuff like that. Nothing on that test really is actually happening in the real world. Same thing with real estate, I'm guessing,
nothing to do with it.
Yeah, real estate, I hear that all the time.
It's like real estate law.
Yeah.
It's like if you really come into a situation with law and you're at a brokerage, you've got attorneys, you've got places you can go to. Like there's people who know this stuff.
It doesn't teach you how to sell a house.
It doesn't teach you how to protect the consumer that well. It doesn't protect you how to like run a business. It doesn't teach you about how to pay taxes. It doesn't teach you about it barely even teaches you how real estate is taxed. I mean, it's shocking to me that when Mike and I do presentations and I ask them, how is your product taxed?
Right.
Most cannot answer me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what are you selling? This is crazy.
Hopes and dreams.
Like, this is crazy. Like, what are you doing? You don't even know how your own product works?
Yeah, I mean, and
how does it benefit the buyer?
You just got to, self-growth as a business owner.
That's crazy. You have to. But that's one of the things I really love about being a business owner today is that there are so many available resources. Mm-hmm. Like, if you want to learn how to do business, you can figure that out quickly and easily. Like, where are some of the places you go to get your information? Like, how do you learn?
Obviously, I like my peers for books. I do have coaching as well. Podcasts. I actually I don't know if you guys know Brian Buffini. He's like kind of one of the biggest coaching firms for real estate. I had a realtor team introduce me to that. And so that was probably like 3 years ago. And he's great. So it's kind of very inspiring. I know you're like a Tim Robbins fan. But yeah, so I mean, podcasts, they always talk about your like top 5 influencers. And so like always kind of like now I'm more aware of it. It's like, who do I want to kind of get out of there and raise higher? And so I'm always trying to do that and just meet higher quality people. I don't know if quality is a word, but like, you know, people that
I'm going to say like there comes a point where you have to be careful who you listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And say yes to. That's where I struggle. I'm like getting better at it. I'm like, no, I just got to say no.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's such a challenging thing in our culture. We're such a people pleasing culture.
Yeah. I want it now.
Yeah. It's so interesting. One of the groundbreaking things for us, and this is sound really strange, but I think that you'll appreciate this. A big change for Mike and I in how we felt and approached the business was when we just accepted the fact that it's okay for people to be upset. People are allowed to be upset.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. Am I not like they're allowed to be upset? Maybe something legitimately went wrong. Who cares?
Or they have something else in their life.
Yeah,
like brushing it off.
You have no idea. Maybe it comes out on us. Like maybe maybe somebody in their family got sick, and all of a sudden I'm the next person they talk to.
Like us, we always battle like the past experience. Like maybe they bought a house and had a home inspection
to 1,000
years ago.
Dude,
and I'm like, well,
that's how we get all of our clients.
Yeah.
We get all of our, I should say all. We get a lot of our clients because people aren't happy with their current provider.
Mm-hmm.
It's a vast majority of them.
Yeah.
Because the people we work with tend to be, on the top percentage of producers in the country. And so it's like they typically have somebody at some point doing something for them.
They should.
But if they haven't if they haven't gotten a P&L in 6 months and we tell them, hey, you're going to get a P&L by this time every single month. And the first time you're a day late.
Yeah, they remember it.
They're like, hey, where's my stuff? And you're like,
how many people do you talk to? You're like, and you say P&L and they're like, what's that?
Few. Most people know.
Yeah, most of the people.
I would say that most people know the term. I don't know if I asked so many people to describe it, if they could describe it for me like in an efficient way.
Yeah. One of our favorite things to do is when we teach, one of our favorite classes we teach for real estate agents across the country is 100 deductions for real estate agents.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think I have your cheat sheet. I actually send that to my team.
Yeah, it's great.
Perfect. Yeah. So
it's
100
wonderful.
deductions, right? So it's that list that we bring. But at the very beginning of the class, I always say, before we get into all the fun stuff, the creative stuff, and all things you guys are here for, let's just start at the foundation first. And like, somebody here, tell me what a tax write-off is. And then I just shut up, take a sip of water.
Yeah.
And maybe one person in a room full of like 20, 30 people will venture to take a guess, and it's usually wrong.
Yeah.
So then I say, all right, well, let's just start from like the foundation and then
Right.
figure out what is a tax deduction.
Did you read the definition?
Well, why don't they call it a tax write-off?
Exactly. Well, we show the Schitt's Creek video of like what a tax write-off is.
Have you seen that? It's so funny.
During COVID, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
So that's a video we play, but then we let them know like,
building his business. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so
we wrote it off.
Yeah, it's literally in our presentation. Yeah. He's like, well, there's not enough room in here for the massage chair anyway.
Yeah. So the skincare products are right off.
Yeah,
because I'm the face of the company.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Without this, what does that say about the legitimacy of the company?
Yeah.
All over the place. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, so that's usually where we start off. We just let people know, like, hey, let's build a foundation and work our way up. But like we all mentioned, no one goes to school for it. They got recruited because there's jokes all the time that say real estate agents were typically like bartenders beforehand.
Always.
Right. So they're bartenders that move into, or teachers that move into real estate, but they have no idea how business works. And that's why we've built such a, we built a phenomenal company at Real Accounting. So we focus on teaching them the business side of real estate.
Yep. Love it. I do that with my team too. Like most of them have never done a P&L or even know what QuickBooks is. Or
Are they all 1099?
They're all 1099. Yeah. And so like we actually go over like business goals and like what to do and business planning. Like I give them your cheat sheet. I have a few, actually some of the people on Instagram that you've sent me that I follow, like CPAs and stuff like that. Like I have them follow them because I'm like, they'll answer their questions. Like, how do you write off groceries and stuff like that? And just different expenses and things like, so I'm always like trying to help them grow their personal business, I guess, and their knowledge too. So just what you guys are doing.
What was the decision to make them 1099s instead of employees?
Started from the beginning. So like that was because Ben already had another business. And so I was like, well, you can just do a DBA. And so the process just kind of started from there. And so now then it like just kept going. And so when I interview people, most of the time I'm like, hey, do you have any experience in any of this realm of running a business? And most are no. And so then I like actually get to coach them and help them with like tax processes and keeping.
So essentially your company is essentially like a marketing company that produces all of this transaction opportunity for all of these small, like independent contractors.
Yeah, absolutely.
Your job is just to gather all the people. You're solving the hardest part.
Yep.
Which is finding the clients who are willing to pay.
Mhm.
Right. And then you're just filling up their calendars as much as you can. So like, that's really what your company does is at this point.
Yeah. And they're starting to create their own business and their own wealth within
That's so cool.
our business. And I've always had the mentality, like, I always want to retire. I'm going to retire early. I'm just going to, but I don't want to be retired early and have no friends that are retired. So like, I have to help my friends retire
so
as
great.
well.
I think it's something really beautiful when your dreams and vision is large enough to hold other people's dreams and visions inside of it. That's a unique skill set. I don't think a lot of people have that. That's really unique. That's cool.
Then you got 2 friends right here.
Yeah,
that'll go to place with you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's interesting. So let's say you want to retire soon.
Yep.
Let's say right now, a good opportunity comes. Somebody comes with a checkbook, says, I like a business. I'm taking it. You write a number. I'm selling it. They sold it. Life's good. What's next? It's all gone because they give you they give you whatever
You
amount of
now
money
have
you want.
$1,300.
Yeah.
What are you
$12.
going to do with it?
Yeah. So it's all gone. You sold it all.
So next plan. So I obviously have other businesses going on, but
I don't know. Obviously, you said
Okay.
obviously. I don't know that. I only heard about the leasing right now.
okay. So yeah, like vacation rentals and yeah, we have other rentals, but basically like that's another offshoot that my wife and I do. That's kind of a long-term retirement for us personally, but like me, if I had to move on tomorrow, I would create like a consulting business where I go help other people in my industry, in the home inspection industry, like grow their business. So right now, what I'm trying to do is get as many systems and processes in, creating them and being able to scale those and then go present kind of like what you guys do and then help people grow their business and succeed. So like, yeah, consultation, I guess that'd be kind of giving back to the industry from what I got.
So you're building all the blueprints right now. And then once it's all gone, you can just kind of do it as you feel.
Yeah, so I can go like down to Texas with you guys on a vacation and go, business trip.
Business trip.
Business trip?
We might golf and might ride bikes. I don't know. And then,
All the things.
and then go help other people that are struggling.
Yeah. That's cool. And you do it yourself, huh?
Yep.
Do you think you'll ever bring in another business partner or do you want to just continue to do this yourself?
I don't know.
Well, Ben would be a pretty good example of what a business partner kind of would be
Yeah,
like.
I've asked him, told him the idea. Some people just don't want to do it.
Most.
Yeah.
Especially if they see it.
Yeah.
Well, there's like what I call it the illusion of business ownership. There's a lot of people attracted to the illusion of it, but when they watch it up close, like they're like, yeah, maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yesterday, it was late at night, probably 11 o'clock at night, and I on Monday afternoons during this time of the year, I play in like a little golf men's league, so I play 9 holes every Monday afternoon.
Oh, Heron Lakes, right?
Yeah, exactly. But what that means then is at 11 o'clock last night, I was going through resumes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's like you don't get to just not do the work. But nobody sees it. Like my brother saw because he flew in, and I was like, he's like going to bed. I was like, okay, I got to look at resumes. That's what I'm doing right now. I was like, that was the cost of going and doing that. I was like, well, now I have to do this now. Like it has to get done. And so when you see that up close, a lot of people are like, oh, maybe I don't really want to do that. It's nice to be able to just shut your computer off. You're like, okay, I'll see you tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Check in, check out.
Yeah, enjoy. Yeah. So yeah, I find that for me, like even if I'm not like at a computer, like technically like actively working on something,
right,
I find that my mind is consumed with thinking about the business on a regular basis. I think nonstop about the business. Mm-hmm. It's in the back of my mind constantly.
Always. Same with me.
It never turns off.
Mm-hmm.
It's really,
people
it's
don't
really
think
difficult
about that. Yeah, and like just interviewing this guy this morning, I was trying to get that out of him, like what his goals were.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, I just don't know if I could like run the business side. Cause I asked him if he'd just do it by himself, like be a solo inspector versus joining a team. And that's always a question, like, well, what do you think you'd be good at? And he's like, I don't think I'd be good at like the marketing and running the business, but I could do the inspection side. I'm like, okay, well,
This is a good fit for me.
Perfect fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause that's
exactly what you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah. You're like, that,
I'm like,
I
you don't
solved
wanna
that
do
problem
what I
for
do.
you.
Yeah.
So do you think that you're going to continue to grow this thing bigger, or do you think it's just going to naturally sit where it sits?
No, it's growing bigger. Like now I have a younger guy that I actually used to train at a corporate America job. I brought him on full time 2 months ago. So he's kind of helping me with like the business development and running the team. So I'm kind of like taking myself out and putting him in there.
Question.
Yeah.
How did you know you needed to hire a business development person?
I couldn't be everywhere.
It was getting to that point.
Mhm.
Got it.
And I try. That's what I was saying. I need to get better at saying or not saying yes. I try to say it that way. Not saying yes to everything.
It's like, I didn't forget. I remembered. I remembered my keys.
Exactly. Oh, I start saying
Yeah.
that.
You don't
Yeah,
wanna- you
I
don't wanna see
remembered
people-
my wallet is
And I remember my
not
keys,
in
yeah.
my pocket.
Even when I see people at events and they're like, you're everywhere. And I'm like, yeah, but there's more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the
You
exact
too.
opposite. I was telling this story just the other day that I was at a networking event and somebody took a picture of me, like just standing there. I was like, why did they take a picture of me? They're like, you never show up to anything. I was like, this is creepy as hell. But okay.
Yeah.
Like
Because that's what Mike does,
they were so shocked. Yeah, because Mike's the guy who's out. He's the
Mhm.
face. People don't know me very much. It's,
Yeah. And so like logistically for us, like expansion was our market share is about 25% in Clark County. And so like I wanted to grow Portland side because I have home inspectors over there and they want to work more close to home. So it's like, all right, well, I can retain people here, like our clients, and then I need someone to build that side. So that was another deciding factor, is just kind of capacity and just
Yeah.
helping the team.
But the desire is clear that you want to continue to grow it.
Right. And then,
Yeah.
like I said,
Do you have
they
do you
want
have like a walk away number? Like, you know, you're going to build a certain point. You're like, this is where I'm going to be. Or is it just whatever happens?
Yeah. You said you wanted to retire soon. So
I
it's
definitely
gotta
have
be-
my walk away number
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I already have
I
it
already
for
have my
sure.
retirement. Like that's a whole nother picture. So I'm not really worried about that. That's just, this is like my vehicle to do something and grow opportunities. So like I use this business to grow, obviously, like I keep saying obviously, Airbnb business. So
Yeah,
like
get your
you-
shit
Yeah, you're
together,
welcome.
dude.
Yeah.
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 You're gonna think about it all the
Obviously, you have a
Obviously.
problem with vocabulary.
Yeah. But yeah, so just using this business as a vehicle to grow other things in my life, retirement and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
That word will haunt you forever now, by the way.
I know.
I know.
It's going to show up all the time.
Nathan did that to me a long time ago because I used to be like, oh, awesome to everything. And he's
Awesome.
like, it's not awesome.
He'll
Sometimes you say
be
stuff.
he'll be like, so how much?
Everything is awesome.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, so how much debt do you have on credit cards? They're like $57,000. They're like, oh, awesome.
Awesome. And then I'll take that
cool.
again. I'm just trying to get data. He's
Oh,
like,
great.
don't say that. Say, got it. I'm like, so I say just got it every
So
single
like
time.
you accidentally,
Got it,
you're
got it.
affirming really bad behavior.
Yeah, got it.
Awesome. Oh,
Yeah.
great.
So
it's
there's
not
a-
fucking great. It's terrible.
There's a new one that I don't know if you guys have heard it, but people will say like as an answer reply is like heard. Have you heard that?
Yeah.
You say
I
heard.
hate it.
Heard.
Understood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
I
new
understood
understood.
better, but heard like
Heard.
you know, like I didn't really even care or listen to you.
Yeah.
Heard.
Right.
No, I don't like that. The other one was I had to learn to unsay was, does that make sense? Right. Because he told me if you ask people, does that make sense? Nobody wants to sound stupid. And then I'd be
Dude.
like, no, it didn't make sense to me. So you say, what clarifying questions is that? What
can I clarify for you?
No, what can I clarify for you?
It's such a stronger
Ask better
question.
questions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if you, like Mike was saying, if you ask a question that puts that person in a subversive or negative light, they're not going to answer you honestly.
Right. I like that.
It's really weird, but if you just change it like, hey, what can I clarify for you? That gives them permission to be curious and think, oh, I don't know, let me think, what can you clarify?
Mhm.
Like we say things like in our company, we're very clear. I'm just telling everybody right now. We never say like what questions or concerns do you have? That's a terrible line because what are they going to think of?
Mhm.
Questions and concerns,
Right.
like versus
You're
like,
leading them into the
which is terrible. Like we don't want people to have questions and concerns. Like I know that sounds dumb, but if you say, hey, what can we clarify for you? Then it comes from just a stronger partnership perspective and people tend to be they tend to ask better things. They respond to that better.
Yeah, I like that. Show your work.
Yeah, show your work. Yeah, what can we clarify for you?
Circled all the way back to the math problems. Damn.
So let's talk about this too. Like, let's talk about if you could now write a letter to yourself 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago, because you've been doing this business how long now?
10.
Okay, that's what I thought. 10 years ago. What would you say to yourself?
If it was 15 years ago, I would say take the leap sooner.
Yeah, I like
get
that.
Out of business.
Just
get
do
out
it
of
now.
Corporate world way earlier. I was just doing the grind, and I had that vision, like we were talking about the warehouse. Like you're at a lateral, like there's no way to go up. But when I got into the corporate world, like you could see where there's like district managers, marketing directors, vice presidents, and I'm like, I could do that. I can do that in 6 months because I was a hard worker. But like once you get good at one job in corporate America, they keep you there.
Yeah.
They don't want to replace you. And so I was like, now I would do 5 years from now, I'd get in way earlier. Just take the leap.
See, but
Because you're not going to fail.
yeah. Well,
What do you
learn. You learn.
Well, I don't have the mentality to fail. And so I try to tell people that. I'm like, if they're going to go start a business or something like that, like just trust yourself and don't fail. Like just take the leap.
Don't do it. Yeah, just don't fail.
You know, I'm going to take that advice for drinking. Just don't be hungover tomorrow and you'll be fine.
Don't get punched in the face. I'm in a boxing ring.
All right, got it. I'm solved.
Yeah, problem solved.
Yeah, don't fail and don't be hungover. If I just tell, I'm never going to get sick now because if I just say, don't get sick, I won't think it.
Now you're turning into Tom Cruise and we can't handle that. That's not going to be any good.
You take milk thistle.
Absolutely, dude. You kidding me? After I have to now. I about to go to Amazon. I buy these things called Drink Well.
He doesn't know about it.
No, it's got milk thistle, DHA, and then the dandelion root to help you process alcohol. I have to take that before I go and drink.
So you just like wake up, no problem.
Well, I'm not an alcoholic, so.
Yeah. Alcoholics quit.
What did you say?
Alcoholics
You're slurring
quit.
there.
Yeah. It's in my baseball.
He's like, I have a disease.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it'll circle back there too.
Oh my gosh, South Park, they're terrible.
New season coming out. That'll be good.
Okay, so 15 years ago, do it earlier. Do it sooner.
Yep.
So your advice to somebody who's thinking about it would be
just do it.
Get your idea and go.
And go. Get a support system and do it. And don't fail.
Get a support system.
Mm-hmm.
What does that look like for people? A support
not
system?
everyone has a badass wife like you do who's going to support them through everything on their craziness.
Most people have somebody. Or even that could be a virtual person. So like someone on a podcast is just inspiring you.
There you go. I like that.
Like you don't know that person, but they're influencing you. And so you're like, and you listen to them maybe like this, and they're like, hey, once a week, like I could do this. Like they're inspiring, like those kind of people.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good answer. That's that's one thing I tell, I used to tell people when they're starting their own business too. I would say you have to change your surroundings, right? And all like to get to that mentality to just not quit or not fail. And it comes down to everything that you do, including scrolling on your phone.
Yep.
So change your social media, unfollow all the Instagram girls or all the Instagram bullshit stuff or the funny prank stuff. Like I know it's fun to look at that stuff, but
that's what TikTok is for.
Yeah, that's what the TikTok is for. Only follow the things that have the motivational quotes, the guys who like you want to listen to, guys who have done it, and you have to change because every single thing you're doing is going to reprogram your mind. So get rid of all that funny stuff on social media. I know it's fun to look at, but if you don't have a support system, that's what you listen to.
Yep.
I used to do that shit all the time. And in the very beginning, I told you I would wake up. I don't do it anymore. I don't need it as much, but I probably should still get back in that habit because it was a good one. My alarm would hit. And the very first thing I do, I just type in motivational videos on YouTube.
Yep.
And I just click whatever one and then let it sit there and just start playing. And it would all be about, like get your ass up and like, don't be a little bitch and stay in bed. Don't let that alarm clock win. Yeah. I had to learn like, don't let that alarm clock win. Yeah. You got to get up, win the day. Like, I needed those motivational videos because then it would just play in my head. I'm like, yeah, you're right. If I want to be great, I got to fucking do this hard work.
Yep.
And then I get up and go.
I still listen to them even now. Like I don't necessarily need them all the time, but sometimes they like get me back on the right track that I need to go on.
Yeah.
Whether it's motivational or it's just like, hey, now I need a different perspective of looking at this, whatever dilemma or problem I'm working on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, that's how I get motivated all the time is you got to yell at me and tell me I'm doing terrible. Yep. Tell me I'm being a little bitch.
So let's go to 10-year-old. or 10 years ago.
Oh, 10-year-old?
Yeah, sorry, not 10-year-old, 10 years ago. And then we'll wrap it up. And so give us an idea. What would you say to yourself 10 years ago when you're first starting? If you're going to write a letter to yourself, what would you want you to know?
First starting. Actually, I almost met you about that time.
Yeah, this is about the time we started meeting.
I think it would go back to the top 5 influencers. Let's try to find awesome people at the beginning and latch on. I've actually been told this, that I do pretty good at this, is latch on to them and just learn as much as you can from them and have them take you places. Like, I didn't know anything about networking. Nothing. Even though I did it like in corporate America, like you had to go to certain events, but it wasn't like I needed to create business. But I found somebody that just pulled me along and I went and did it. So like
Tina?
Yeah, Tina.
Has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually got introduced
She's
to her
excellent.
by a realtor and they're like, you're just
excellent.
starting out. Like you need to know this person. So like
excellent at that.
it kind of like made the path there, but like finding people faster, I guess is what I would tell myself is like, hey, you need to find super influential people early.
Yeah.
Early in that career.
That's great.
And then coaching too. I would say get coaching way sooner. I only started like 2 years ago.
We hear that quite often. A lot of the real estate agents, the top performers we see out there in the country, they spend at least 3 to 5% of their income goes towards coaching.
Mm-hmm.
And they say that they want to surround themselves with people who are better than them and who produce more than them. And when you're a real estate agent at that level, it's hard to be in an office where, they recruit, 30 agents a day. Not all of them are doing that production they're doing. They need to be around those people. So they said coaching is where they got to the next level. So
mine isn't necessarily, it wasn't like I wanted to be better than or, like learn from the best. It's like, I wanted to see the potential.
Mm.
And so like in my industry is like, okay, my coaching is like nationwide. And so there's other companies my size, not in our demographic, like in our area. And I've seen them now like, okay, they've done this. I could do that with my business. And so that's where like I get that coaching part. It's like, I can see what's possible.
Hell yeah.
That's great. That's good.
So surround yourself with the right people.
Yep.
And and network and get coaching.
Yep.
Like sooner than later.
Sooner than
right
later.
away.
Yeah.
I think the problem is when you first start out, you have zero money.
Right.
But networking and time is free at that time, kind of.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you just slave and meet as many people as possible, and
You can go to a networking event and get a water.
for sure.
Like, why not?
Yep.
That was my secret back in the day. I'd go there first and I'd say, hey, can you get me a Sprite, but put it in
A cocktail glass.
put it in a cocktail glass with a lime.
Yeah, we
So
did
that
that for
way
a
I
lot.
could-
We did that forever.
Yep.
If you just thought you were drinking, you're like, you just got to keep your brain about you.
Yeah, the very beginning.
Just
gotta be dialed in.
Dialed
Well,
in,
that's
baby.
like what pool you said.
yeah, where you gotta throw a few down before you
Yeah.
start going.
Sometimes.
That's true.
Billiards.
Dude, I used to always think that I had to keep up with all these people at networking events. And I realized like, oh no, they've already made it. They already did it all. They're just here to hang out. And they don't really care if I'm drinking with them or not. They just wanted to get to know good people. So,
But sometimes you like now the people that aren't there,
oh, you're good.
like Nathan doesn't go anymore.
Very rarely.
Yeah. So like, how do you find somebody like Nathan that you want to network with, but he's not there? So it's like some of these people, I feel like they're just trying to get current leads, not necessarily grow their
That's
business.
most, unfortunately.
Yeah. And so
But you can weed
like,
it out pretty quick.
I like more mastermind style.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so tell people where they can find you, like details. How do they hire you? Give us all that information.
Super easy. DetailsHomeInspections.com.
Simple.
Yep. Online scheduling, 7 days a week.
Done. Brian, it's been awesome to have you.
it's been
Dude. This has
fun.
been so good. It's been such a good conversation. There's so many good nuggets for people to like just take from about.
I hope so.
I hope so. I think like, Mike and I's hope here is that while we do these, people are encouraged. Like we talk a lot about how entrepreneurship can be a very lonely road and you can feel very isolated and feel like you're the only one who's experiencing these things. But the truth is everybody who's in that boat has made some courageous, brave decision and you've done it and done it really well. And I think that's really encouraging for other people. So thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you for telling us a little bit more about
The other side. Every time.
and fade to black.
See.
Mastermind.
Well done. Good shit, dude.
Oh, that was great.
Ladies, any thought?
dude.
That was my first podcast.
No shit. That's great.
You killed it.